is a belief hiding deep within your subconscious mind, so subtle that most people never notice it. Yet it quietly controls your reality. It whispers doubts, holds you back, and keeps you from living the life you truly desire. This sneaky belief is the thought that you are not enough to be loved, not enough to succeed, not enough to manifest your dreams. The law of assumption tells us that whatever we assume to be true in our subconscious mind becomes our reality. If you assume you are not enough, the universe will reflect that back to you. But the beautiful truth is, this belief is not who you are. You can release it, and you can replace it with empowering thoughts that transform your life. Today, I will share 6 powerful keys to help you recognize, release, and replace this belief so you can step fully into your worth, power, and joy. Awareness is the gentle, yet powerful doorway to transformation. It is the first step in noticing what has been operating quietly in your subconscious mind, shaping your experiences, your emotions, and even your health. Most people go through life on autopilot, unaware of the patterns, thoughts, and beliefs that dictate their reality. They feel frustrated, stuck, or limited, often blaming circumstances or other people for their challenges. But the truth is, change begins with simple observation. Before you can shift anything, before you can release what no longer serves you, you must first become aware. Becoming aware is not about judgment. It is not about criticizing yourself or punishing yourself for your past choices. It is about gently noticing, without shame, the moments when your mind acts in ways that do not serve your highest good. Perhaps you notice that you hesitate to speak up, that you doubt your abilities, or that you settle for less than you truly desire. These are not signs of weakness. They are simply signals from your subconscious mind pointing you toward areas that need love, attention, and conscious redirection. Awareness allows you to see what is hidden, the patterns that have been operating quietly behind the scenes. Many of the thoughts and beliefs that limit us are subtle. They appear as fleeting feelings, small hesitations, or inner whispers that say, "You're not enough," or "This will never work for you." Because these messages are subtle, we often overlook them. We accept them as normal, as part of life, without realizing that they are not truths. They are assumptions we have carried for years. Becoming aware of these hidden beliefs is like turning on a light in a dark room. Suddenly, you see what has been there all along. You see the fear, the self-doubt, and the old patterns that have been quietly controlling your choices. Awareness is also deeply connected to the present moment. It requires pausing and observing what is happening inside you without getting swept away by it. When you notice a negative thought, rather than immediately reacting or judging yourself, you simply observe it. You might say to yourself, "Ah, there it is. I notice that I am feeling fear. I notice that I am doubting myself." In this gentle acknowledgement, you create space between yourself and the thought. You become the observer rather than the victim. This shift is profound because it allows you to respond consciously rather than react unconsciously. The beauty of awareness is that it begins to uncover the root of your beliefs. Once you notice the patterns, you can begin to trace them back to their origins. Perhaps a childhood experience planted the seed of self-doubt, or repeated messages from others reinforce the idea that you are not enough. These experiences are not your fault. They were simply the environment in which your subconscious mind absorbed beliefs. Awareness gives you the opportunity to see them for what they are, to understand that these are not inherent truths, but learned assumptions that can be unlearned. When you cultivate awareness, you also begin to notice your reactions. How do you respond to challenges? How do you respond to others? How do you respond to yourself? Awareness reveals where you have been acting out of old patterns rather than conscious choice. It shows you where your energy has been leaking, where fear has been holding you back, and where you have been settling for less than you deserve. With this clarity, you can begin to make intentional changes, replacing old, limiting patterns with thoughts, beliefs, and actions that support your highest self. Awareness is the foundation for all transformation. Without it, you cannot change what you cannot see. It is the first step in taking responsibility for your life, not in a harsh or punitive way, but in a loving and empowering way. When you become aware, you reclaim your power. You begin to realize that your thoughts, your beliefs, and your assumptions shape your experiences. You see that you are not a passive participant in life. You are the creator. This realization is liberating, and it opens the door to a life of conscious choice, abundance, and joy. Finally, awareness requires patience and practice. It is not a one-time moment, but a continual process. Every day you have the opportunity to pause, to observe, and to notice the hidden beliefs that shape your reality. Each time you practice this, your mind becomes more clear, your emotions more balanced, and your actions more aligned with your highest good. Awareness is gentle, subtle, yet incredibly powerful. It is the first step toward freedom, the first step toward self-love, and the first step toward creating a life that reflects the truth of who you really are. Our minds are like fertile gardens, and the beliefs we hold are like seeds planted within them. Some seeds grow into beautiful, nourishing plants that bring joy, abundance, and peace into our lives. Others, however, are weeds. Limiting beliefs that stifle growth, create fear, and block the flow of love and success. Many of these limiting beliefs have been buried deep in our subconscious, growing quietly for years, often without our awareness. They tell us that we are not enough, that we do not deserve happiness, or that our dreams are too far out of reach. The good news is that every belief we hold can be transformed. Every seed, even the deepest, rooted ones, can be replaced with empowering affirmations that nourish our mind, body, and spirit. Replacing old beliefs begins with the conscious realization that your thoughts are not fixed. They are fluid, changeable, and responsive to your attention and intention. You are not your limiting beliefs. They are merely patterns that can be rewritten. By consciously choosing thoughts that uplift and empower you, you begin to reprogram your subconscious mind. This is not about forcing change, but about gentle, consistent guidance. Your mind is like clay, and each empowering affirmation is a gentle touch, shaping it into a form that reflects your highest self. The most effective affirmations are simple, positive, and stated in the present tense. Your subconscious mind does not understand negative phrasing or future tense in the same way your conscious mind does. When you say, "I am not afraid of failure," your mind hears the word fear, reinforcing the very thing you wish to release. Instead say, "I am courageous and confident," or "I trust my ability to succeed." Each affirmation you speak, think, or write sends a message to your subconscious, planting seeds of possibility that will grow into reality. Emotion is the secret ingredient that makes affirmations powerful. It is not enough to repeat words mechanically. You must feel the truth of what you are saying. When you say, "I am worthy of love and abundance," allow yourself to feel the love, the joy, the gratitude as if it is already true. Feel it in your heart, in your body, and in every cell of your being. This emotional connection is what awakens the subconscious mind and allows it to accept these new beliefs as reality. Your subconscious responds to feeling more than logic. It responds to the vibration of truth. Visualization is another key tool in this transformation. As you speak your affirmations, picture yourself living the reality you desire. See yourself confident, abundant, loved, and successful. Imagine the people, places, and circumstances that align with your new beliefs. The combination of verbal affirmation and vivid mental imagery creates a powerful signal to your subconscious mind. This is what you assume as true, and your mind will work tirelessly to bring it into your life. Consistency is essential. Old beliefs were formed over years, sometimes decades, and they will not disappear overnight. They require patience, repetition, and gentle persistence. Make affirmations a daily practice, speaking them aloud in the morning, writing them in a journal, and reflecting on them throughout the day. Each repetition strengthens the neural pathways associated with the new belief, gradually replacing the old limiting patterns. Over time, these empowering statements become your default thoughts, automatically guiding your actions, decisions, and experiences. Affirmations also work best when combined with self-love and forgiveness. Often, the old beliefs are tied to experiences of shame, guilt, or resentment. As you replace these beliefs with empowering affirmations, be sure to offer yourself compassion. Forgive yourself for the times you believed you were not enough. Forgive those who may have contributed to these patterns. Affirmations are not just words, they are an act of love toward yourself, a commitment to nurture your mind, body, and spirit. The process of replacing old beliefs with affirmations is transformational. It allows you to reclaim your power and create a life aligned with your highest good. Every time you speak, think, or feel an empowering affirmation, you are planting a new seed, watering it with intention, and giving it space to grow. Slowly but surely, your inner world begins to shift, and your outer world follows. You begin to notice opportunities where before there was limitation, joy where there was fear, and abundance where there was lack. Remember, your thoughts create your reality. By choosing empowering affirmations, you choose a life filled with love, success, and happiness. Speak them daily, feel them deeply, visualize them clearly. Trust that the seeds you plant today will blossom into the life you truly deserve. Every affirmation is a step toward freedom, a declaration of your worth, and a celebration of your infinite potential. Forgiveness is one of the most powerful tools you can use to free yourself from the past and open your heart to love, peace, and abundance. So often, we carry the weight of old hurts, regrets, and resentments as if they are a permanent part of us. We replay the wrongs we think were done to us, or the mistakes we think we made, over and over in our minds. These thoughts become heavy chains, holding us back from the life we truly deserve. Forgiveness is the key to unlocking those chains. It allows us to release what no longer serves us, creating space for joy, healing, and growth. Forgiving yourself is just as important as forgiving others. Many of us have carried shame or guilt for years, blaming ourselves for choices we made, opportunities we missed, or ways we believe we failed. This self-blame is a sneaky and persistent force that keeps us stuck in the past. But the truth is, you did the best you could at the time with the knowledge, experience, and resources you had. To hold yourself in judgment now is to deny yourself the love and compassion you need to heal. Forgiveness of self is not about excusing mistakes or pretending nothing happened. It is about recognizing that you are human, that growth comes through experience, and that every step, even the ones that felt wrong, was part of your journey toward becoming the person you are meant to be. When you forgive yourself, you release the heavy weight of self-judgment. You create an inner environment where new, empowering beliefs can take root. You begin to see yourself not as someone who is flawed or unworthy, but as a being capable of growth, healing, and infinite love. Affirm to yourself daily, I forgive myself. I release the past. I am worthy of love and happiness. Say it with feeling, allowing each word to resonate deeply within your heart. Feel the tension release, the heaviness lift, and the warmth of self-compassion filling the space that was once occupied by guilt or shame. Forgiving others can feel more challenging, especially when someone has hurt or betrayed us deeply. We may feel justified in holding on to anger or resentment, thinking that doing so protects us from being hurt again. But in truth, holding on to resentment only keeps us trapped in the cycle of pain. When we refuse to forgive, we are not punishing the other person, we are punishing ourselves. The negative emotions remain lodged within us, influencing our thoughts, actions, and even our physical health. Forgiveness is the act of liberating your own heart. It is a conscious decision to release the grip of the past and reclaim your peace. Forgiveness does not mean condoning harmful actions, forgetting them, or allowing the same behavior to continue. It is not about denying what happened or pretending it didn't hurt. It is about choosing to let go of the emotional attachment to the pain. By forgiving, you are saying to yourself, I will no longer allow this event or this person to control my thoughts, my feelings, or my life. You take back your power and step fully into the present moment. You affirm your right to peace, love, and freedom. One of the most transformative aspects of forgiveness is the inner shift it creates. When you forgive, your energy changes. Anger, resentment, and hurt give way to understanding, compassion, and acceptance. You begin to see that everyone, including yourself, is doing the best they can with what they know. You begin to understand that hurtful actions often come from a place of fear, ignorance, or pain, and not from a desire to harm you personally. This awareness does not excuse the actions, but it allows your heart to soften and release. Forgiveness is also a daily practice. Sometimes, the same old memories or feelings will surface repeatedly, and that is normal. Each time they do, you have the opportunity to practice forgiveness again, gently and patiently. Over time, what once caused you pain becomes a distant memory rather than a living weight on your shoulders. The act of continually choosing forgiveness strengthens your heart and your mind, creating a foundation of resilience, peace, and self-love. When you forgive yourself and others, you create space for miracles to enter your life. Forgiveness is a vibration, a signal to the universe that you are ready to receive love, abundance, and joy. It aligns your energy with healing and empowerment. It allows you to step fully into your truth and live free from the chains of past experiences. Remember to combine forgiveness with affirmations. I release all resentment. I forgive myself and others. I am free. I am at peace. I am worthy of love. Feel these words resonate in your body, in your heart, and in your mind. Let them guide you into a life of liberation, happiness, and inner harmony. Forgiveness is not a one-time act. It is a journey, a practice, and a lifestyle. Each moment you choose to forgive, you reclaim your power, your peace, and your joy. You remind yourself that you are worthy of a life unburdened by anger, hurt, or regret. The simple act of releasing past grievances transforms your reality and opens the door to a life filled with love, abundance, and infinite possibilities. Gentle detachment is one of the most powerful practices you can cultivate on your journey toward inner peace, emotional freedom, and the manifestation of your desires. It is not about withdrawing from life, shutting down your heart, or becoming indifferent. Rather, it is the art of releasing the need to control outcomes, of letting go of attachment to how things must unfold, and of trusting that the universe is always guiding you toward your highest good. Many of us struggle with attachment because we believe that we can force life to conform to our desires. We cling to people, outcomes, and circumstances, thinking that holding on tightly will protect us, bring us happiness, or ensure success. In truth, attachment often creates tension, anxiety, and disappointment. Gentle detachment is the practice of loosening our grip and learning to flow with life instead of resisting it. When you practice gentle detachment, you recognize that your worth and happiness are not dependent on external circumstances. You understand that no person, situation, or outcome has the power to define your value. This awareness is liberating. You begin to see that holding on too tightly is often a reflection of fear. The fear of loss, the fear of rejection, or the fear of the unknown. Gentle detachment does not ignore these fears. It acknowledges them, honors them, and then gently releases them. You trust that everything is unfolding exactly as it should, and that by letting go, you create space for something even better to enter your life. Detachment is also about observing life with clarity and perspective. It allows you to step back from emotional drama and see situations as they truly are. When you are attached, it is easy to be swept away by intensity, to react impulsively, and to become entangled in patterns that do not serve you. Gentle detachment gives you the power to respond with awareness rather than react from fear or desire. It is the practice of holding your heart open while maintaining a sense of inner calm and equilibrium. By doing so, you align yourself with the energy of peace, which naturally attracts positive experiences and outcomes. One of the most important aspects of gentle detachment is trust. Trust is the foundation that allows you to release control without anxiety. Trust that the universe is always working in your favor, even when circumstances seem uncertain. Trust that what you desire is already on its way to you, even if you cannot yet see the path. Trust that you are exactly where you need to be in this moment for your highest growth and good. When you combine detachment with trust, you step into a state of ease where your actions are guided by clarity and intention rather than fear or desperation. Gentle detachment also works hand in hand with self-love. When you truly love yourself, you no longer feel the need to cling to people or situations for validation or security. You recognize that your happiness comes from within, and that no external factor can take that away. Self-love gives you the strength to let go gracefully, to release situations that no longer serve you, and to make space for experiences and relationships that align with your highest good. It is a practice of choosing yourself and your peace above all else. Another beautiful aspect of gentle detachment is that it encourages patience. Often, we become attached because we want results immediately. We want things to happen on our timetable, and when they do not, we experience frustration or disappointment. Detachment teaches us that timing is not ours to dictate. Life unfolds in its own perfect rhythm, and by releasing attachment, we allow the natural flow of events to guide us. We learn to be patient with the process, trusting that every step is necessary and that delays are not denials, they are preparations. Detachment is not a one-time practice, it is a daily choice. Every day, Situations will arise that test your ability to release control. Gentle detachment calls for mindfulness in these moments, noticing when attachment shows up, acknowledging it, and consciously letting it go. This does not mean suppressing feelings or pretending nothing matters. It means allowing yourself to feel fully while also choosing not to be defined or limited by those feelings. Over time, detachment becomes second nature. You begin to move through life with a sense of ease, grace, and confidence, knowing that you can hold your desires in your heart without being consumed by them. When you embrace gentle detachment, you open the door to a life of freedom, joy, and alignment. You free yourself from the stress of trying to control everything and invite peace, clarity, and abundance to flow naturally. You learn that the universe is always supporting you, and that when you release attachment, you create space for miracles. Trust, patience, love, and awareness work together to guide you toward the life you desire without struggle, without force, and without fear. Gentle detachment is the key to living fully in the present moment while maintaining faith in your future. It allows you to enjoy life without clinging to it, to love fully without fear of loss, and to pursue your dreams without anxiety. It is a practice of trust, surrender, and inner strength. And as you cultivate it daily, you will discover a profound sense of peace, empowerment, and harmony in every aspect of your life. One of the most transformative practices you can adopt is learning to assume the feeling of being enough. Deep within your subconscious mind, you hold a powerful truth that often goes unrecognized. You are already whole, already worthy, and already complete. Yet, many people spend their lives searching outside themselves for validation, love, or approval, believing that they must earn their worth or prove themselves to others. This hidden assumption that you are not enough quietly influences your thoughts, your actions, and the reality you create. The good news is that you can change this by consciously assuming the feeling of being enough, by living as if you are already whole and deserving of every good thing life has to offer. Assuming the feeling of being enough begins with recognition. Notice the ways in which you doubt yourself, hesitate, or feel unworthy. Perhaps you hold back in relationships, avoid pursuing your dreams, or settle for less than you truly desire. These are signs that your mind has adopted the belief that you are not enough. Awareness of this pattern is the first step toward transformation. Once you see it, you can begin to deliberately replace it with the powerful assumption that you are inherently worthy, capable, and deserving of love, success, and happiness. The practice of assuming your worth is not just an intellectual exercise, it is an emotional and energetic one. Your mind, body, and spirit respond to what you feel, not just what you think. When you act and feel as if you are already enough, your energy shifts, and the universe mirrors that energy back to you. This is the essence of the law of assumption. Whatever you hold as true in your inner world will manifest in your outer reality. By assuming the feeling of being enough, you send a signal to your subconscious mind and to the universe that you are ready to receive all that you desire. To assume this feeling, begin by affirming your worth daily. Speak words such as, I am enough exactly as I am, I deserve love, joy, and abundance, and I am whole, complete, and perfect in this moment. Say these affirmations aloud with intention, allowing each word to resonate deeply within your heart. Feel the truth of these statements in your body, not just your mind. Let the warmth of self-love and self-acceptance fill every cell. The more vividly and sincerely you feel these affirmations, the more your subconscious mind accepts them as reality. Visualization is also a powerful companion to assuming the feeling of being enough. See yourself confidently pursuing your dreams, surrounded by love and abundance, and living as your highest self. Imagine every interaction, every opportunity, and every success unfolding as if you are already deserving of it. Visualization helps your mind experience the reality you are assuming, bridging the gap between thought and manifestation. When you combine affirmation with visualization, you create a powerful alignment between your inner state and the reality you wish to attract. Assuming the feeling of being enough also requires patience and persistence. Old beliefs of inadequacy may have been reinforced for years, and they will not vanish overnight. Each time self-doubt or fear arises, gently redirect your attention to the truth you are enough. Practice self-compassion as you navigate moments of insecurity. Treat yourself as you would a beloved friend, speaking kindly to yourself, reassuring yourself, and returning to the feeling of worthiness with patience and love. Over time, this consistent practice strengthens your subconscious belief and becomes your natural state. Another important aspect of this practice is letting go of comparisons. When you compare yourself to others, you are measuring your worth against external standards rather than recognizing your inherent value. Assume instead that your uniqueness, your gifts, and your journey are exactly what make you enough. Celebrate your achievements, your growth, and your individuality. When you fully embrace who you are without judgment or comparison, the feeling of being enough naturally arises. Finally, assume the feeling of being enough in your daily actions. Make choices that honor your worth. Set healthy boundaries. Speak your truth. Pursue your passions. Surround yourself with people and environments that reflect your value. Each action taken from the perspective of your inherent worth strengthens your inner belief and reinforces the reality that you are enough. Assuming the feeling of being enough is a daily, intentional practice. It requires awareness, affirmations, visualization, patience, and conscious action. As you cultivate this feeling within yourself, you will notice a profound shift in your life. Opportunities, relationships, and experiences that align with your worth begin to flow effortlessly toward you. You will no longer seek validation from the outside because you recognize that everything you need is already within. When you assume the feeling of being enough, you step fully into your power, your joy, and your freedom. You become a magnet for love, abundance, and success because you operate from the truth of your inherent value. Every thought, every feeling, and every action becomes aligned with the person you truly are, a being of infinite worth and limitless potential. This practice transforms not only your inner world, but also the life you create, opening the door to a reality that reflects the truth. You are enough always, just as you are. Trusting the process is one of the most essential practices for living a life of peace, abundance. So often, we want results immediately. We want our dreams to manifest now, and we want every desire to appear exactly as we imagine it. But life has a rhythm, a timing that is far wiser than our hurried minds can understand. When we resist the natural flow and demand outcomes according to our own schedule, we create stress, frustration, and disappointment. Trusting the process is about surrendering control, releasing the need to force results, and having faith that everything is unfolding exactly as it should for our highest good. To trust the process, we must first understand that everything in our lives is a reflection of energy and alignment. Our thoughts, beliefs, and assumptions create vibrations that attract corresponding experiences. Sometimes, We do not see immediate results because the energy we are emitting is still in the process of aligning with our desires. Trusting the process means having faith that, even when the path is unclear, the universe is working on our behalf. It means believing that the seeds we plant today, through thought, action, and intention, will grow into the reality we seek, even if we cannot yet see the full picture. Patience is a key element of trust. Just as a seed takes time to grow into a flourishing plant, our desires and intentions require time to materialize. The soil, water, sunlight, and nurturing all work together in perfect harmony, unseen at first, to bring forth life. Similarly, the circumstances, lessons, and timing of our lives are orchestrated in ways we may not understand. Trusting the process requires patience and the ability to release anxiety about timing. It is a gentle acknowledgement that everything we need is coming, and that life unfolds in the exact sequence that supports our growth, learning, and happiness. Trusting the process also requires letting go of resistance. Resistance often arises from doubt, fear, or the need to control outcomes. When we try to force results, when we push and strain against the natural flow, we create tension in our energy and block the manifestation of our desires. By contrast, surrendering to the process, releasing resistance, and embracing faith allows the energy of the universe to flow through us. It is not passive resignation. It is active alignment. It is a conscious choice to cooperate with the rhythm of life rather than to fight against it. Another important aspect of trusting the process is staying present. It is easy to become focused on the future, on what we hope will happen, or on what we fear will never come. Yet the present moment is where life is lived, where energy is created, and where our intentions take root. By fully inhabiting the now, we nurture our thoughts and actions in alignment with our desires. Each moment spent in doubt or worry pulls energy away from manifestation. Each moment spent in presence, faith, and gratitude strengthens the vibration of trust and allows the process to unfold naturally. Trusting the process also requires self-love and belief in your own worth. When you trust yourself, your intuition, your choices, and your inherent value, you naturally trust the unfolding of life. You know that you are worthy of every good thing, and that the universe will bring your desires to you in the perfect timing. Doubt often arises when we question our worth or feel undeserving. By cultivating love for yourself, by affirming your value, and by embracing the truth that you are deserving of abundance, love, and joy, you strengthen your ability to trust the process without anxiety or resistance. Gratitude is a powerful tool in trusting the process. By appreciating what you already have, by celebrating the small victories and blessings along the way, you align your energy with the flow of abundance. Gratitude shifts your focus from lack to fulfillment, from fear to faith, from doubt to trust. It reminds you that life is always working for you, and that the universe responds to the vibration you emit. The more you cultivate gratitude, the easier it becomes to trust that everything is unfolding in perfect alignment with your highest good. Finally, trusting the process is about letting go of outcomes and embracing the journey. Life is not just about achieving goals or ticking boxes. It is about growth, learning, and self-discovery. Every step along the way, every challenge, every triumph is part of the perfect unfolding of your path. Trust allows you to enjoy the journey rather than anxiously rushing to the destination. It gives you the freedom to experience life fully, to embrace the lessons, and to align with your desires without stress or struggle. When you trust the process, you step into a state of ease, confidence, and empowerment. You release fear, doubt, and impatience. You open your heart to receive all that you deserve, knowing that the universe is working with you, not against you. You create a life where faith, patience, gratitude, and alignment coexist, and you allow your desires to manifest naturally, effortlessly, and beautifully. Trusting the process is a daily practice, a conscious choice, and a loving surrender to life itself. Each day, you have the opportunity to release resistance, embrace patience, nurture gratitude, and align your energy with the flow of the universe. The more you practice, the more you experience peace, joy, and abundance. Trusting the process transforms your life from one of struggle and control to one of harmony, flow, and fulfillment. It is the ultimate act of faith, love, and empowerment, guiding you gently to the life you were always meant to live.